Welcome, folks, to the Ridge Auto Parts and Paint Challenge here at Indianapolis Road Course, the start of the Truck Series Chase. We are live here, folks, to this beautiful racetrack. We're going to be doing the road course track here. 14 turns for this tricky flat track. Joining here tonight, David Huckleberry, bringing you these wonderful shots from Indianapolis. Also with you today is myself, Gerald Campbell. We are excited, folks. Qualifying is underway as we speak. They have 8 minutes to complete two qualifying laps here. These are the points. We'll go back. There we go. Sorry about that. These are the points as they stand right now. There will be 4 races to narrow it down from these 14 drivers down to 5. So a lot of importance coming into tonight here as drivers will try to work their way through these next 4 races to try to get themselves a chance to go for a Truck Series championship here in the Stay Tuned Truck Series. Qualifying is underway. On board here with Chad Frankenfield as he's coming to complete one of his laps. We'll see if he goes for a second lap here. Maybe folks here at home can get a sense of just how flat. Nope, he says he's one and done. So Chad Frankenfield coming down. I think he might be actually trying to come down to go back out for another lap here. Right now, Chad Frankenfield is the fastest driver as they run right now. Lap times are around 1 minute and 33 seconds. Chad has ticked in at even below that, 1 minute and 32.5 so far for Chad Frankenfield. He looks like he's going to be going out for another lap. Chad was the fastest, which is exactly what he would like to hear. He is one of those drivers that really enjoys road course racing, and even more so at Indianapolis. So far in today's race, I believe we have 22 trucks attempting to try to race this racetrack. This is, I believe, the second year for the NASCAR this will be the third, actually, this season, that the NASCAR series has come to the Indianapolis road course. But a very flat track indeed. A lot of finesse, more so in the gas pedal than anything else, not to get the back end to come around, save those tires. As you see, there's not a lot of banking to catch you. In fact, in some of the turns, it's actually reverse banking, where it actually wants to throw you outside the racetrack. Chad taking the last few turns here to be able to come to take the green flag, and then we can go through his lap to kind of show you the difficultness of this racetrack. He just wanted to make sure it was kept clean on his intro. And here you go. This is where you want to have all that speed coming out of there, out of that final turn, because it is the longest straightaway of the racetrack here. And you see the little braking zones on the fence there, and then a very, very tight right-hand turn. And as soon as you turn right, you're back to switching to a left, and then back to a right again. So this track does not give you much forgiveness. If you miss one turn, you are going to be behind on a few of the turns. And this is where you want to kind of straighten this out as much as possible through here. Bang, bang, the other side of the tires on the rumple strips there. Go out wide, come back towards the grass on the right-hand side, because you're going to be coming to one of the hardest braking turns. As you slam on the brakes, you'll take a left-hand turn here. Get a little bit of the rumple strips you usually want to. Come back, and you're going to hit the right hand again, so you don't want to go in through too much speed going through those turns, because you need to set up the apex for the next turn. Right here, he's going to get back on the gas, as this part right here is where you'll burn most of your tires up, because this is a reverse banking turn right here. Get back up onto the circle track, and then right here, hard. A lot of drivers will miss this turn and go off into the grass. Chad did a good job checking up. Wide entry, cut it in, and then this is where you need to put that pedal to the metal. Gas it through here, try to get as much throttle down. You want to go about giving it all the throttle you can, because you are back on the straightaway once again on the front stretch, coming to the line. I don't think that picked up Chad any time on the track. Still a time that would put him in second place where he runs right now. Tyler Fody, right now, who you're on board with, is leading not only the point standings, but also leading the field right now under qualifying. Now we will have 41 laps in this race. Dave, do you have the how many sets of tires? Perfect. Always on the ball. David Huckleberry here. He's got it down there, right there. There will be one caution. They call it a fun flag, just to kind of rack everyone back up. That will be after lap 8. There will be 3 sets of tires for these drivers tonight. Now, drivers can have a chance to be able to pit before the 8 lap caution and maybe try to find their way up front, but they have to do so 2 laps before the end of the 8th lap. So a lot of strategy can be able to play a factor in getting you some track position, but I can tell you one thing: this track uses up a lot of tires, so a lot of drivers are going to want to try to get as much tire advantage as they can. Qualifying has wrapped up here, folks. Let's go ahead and bring up the lineup for tonight. Once it gets going, here we go.
All right.
Well, folks.
Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. We added music and you're doing it.
Yeah, added music
go,
here.
Gerald, go.
We'll start it again here, folks. Always try to amp it up, especially for the playoffs here. Starting in first position for tonight's event, Tyler Fody, able to get it done. Chad Frankenfield will line up second. Ethan Burrell, third. Leighton Norgard will roll off in fourth. John Cutlip, our rookie leader, will be starting in the 5th position. Scott Crump in 6th. Jesse Rasmuth, 7th. Corey Abbey, 8th. Evanto Dantes, another one of those European or Brazilian drivers who has some experience at these road courses, will be starting in 9th. Justin Wadsworth will round out the top 10 in 10th position. Cody McCorkle will be in 11th. Michael Hossack, 12th. In 13th, Jeff Green. Mark Murphy will roll off 14th. Dustin Dewar, 15th. And Drew Hardcastle, 16th. Robert Hill Jr. will roll off 17th. Jesse Story in 18th. Joshua Freed will be in 19th. Sam Batwell, 20th. And Jaden Rasmussen, 21st. Mark Rebellas will roll out in the final position in 22nd for tonight's feature event. Well, folks, the trucks are all on the board here, and they are ready to get it started here tonight, and I am as well. They will have 1 lap around, and we will be going green to start the race for the playoffs. Pace car is underway here as drivers start to roll out. The nerves are at an all-time high as they get prepared for some road course racing. I kind of like the music. What do you think, Dave? I think it brings some excitement.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like it. All right, I stepped all over it. I'll get better.
Well, this is only the second time we brought the music to it, but we're trying some things here, folks, to try to make it a little bit more exciting for these drivers, as well as those at home can have that heartbeat pumping just as much as these drivers will. They will have quite a long pace lap here because they will have to go back all the way around there.
On the track, our chase trucks have the banner on the up with yellow.
Very good. Well, if you want to go ahead and pull up the running positions right now, I can also point out to everyone here tonight, the drivers that will be running in the chase here will be marked in blue in their numbers, as you see on there. The drivers that not in blue, or the drivers without blue, are the ones that are not running for anything but a victory here tonight. Absolutely. These drivers are going to have a difficult time with this racetrack. NASCAR has shown turn 1 to be a calamity turn, as it is a very hard right-hand turn on the very first turn, and usually that ends up with drivers overdriving it and causing a little bit of a pile-up, so to say. So we'll see if these drivers are able to keep it clean on the first initial lap. There will be cautions if there is a pile-up that impedes other drivers from being able to get through it. Self-spins will not count as a caution, so if your favorite driver gets off track, if he is not blocking the entire track, they will not throw a caution for it. So staying on the track will be the name of the game for most of these drivers here tonight. Seeing some new paint jobs here to start the chase from some of these drivers. Excitement from some of them. To give you an idea how competitive this is, our top 3 drivers are all previous drivers that have won the championship. From Chad Frankfield, Fody, and Ethan Burrell, all previous champions in the truck series. But here they go, folks. They are getting onto the front straightaway. Well, it is the start of the chase here at the road course. Drivers are going to get going where the racing gets good and the good gets racing. They are green flag, Indianapolis road course. Tyler Fody gets out to a really good, strong start. Few truck length lead over Chad Frankenfield going into one of the hardest turns, definitely the hardest braking turn of the racetrack. So far, everyone's able to get through cleanly here. Not seeing anyone run off, so very good first turn for these drivers here as they get going. Most of them know that they have another chance to make up some positions on a restart at the end of lap 8 when they throw a caution. They'll be able to line up to try to go for it again, but so far, Fody has been able to actually distance Chad just a little bit. There's going to be 2 different types of drivers here tonight, folks. There's going to be ones that are very confident in their road course ability, and then there's others that are looking to just see the checker flag at the end of this event here. So far, it looks like Fody is one of those that came out with a lot of confidence here. As said multiple times, the only reason he races the trucks is to keep that man right behind him out of victory lane. That would be Chad Frankenfield, and right now he's doing that very well here on lap 1. We got some great battles here with Dustin Durer back there, side by side. Looks like he was just overtaken on the outside by the 22 there of Andrew Hardcastle. But so far, these drivers are doing a very good job of being able to keep it clean and, most importantly, keep it on the racetrack. Down the front stretch, most of these go, completing the first lap here. You see here, I believe that is the 25 of Joshua Freed into the braking zone, looking underneath Jaden Rasmus. Ooh, Rasmus almost missed the turn 1 there. That is very easy to do here. Oh, we do have a driver off onto the grass. That is the 22 of Andrew Hardcastle. Spun it going into there. Is now going to find himself very far back there. Andrew Hardcastle not really running for points for the chase, but definitely wants a good run tonight. He's going to have to do it from the back of the field here. We do have a couple drivers having to serve penalties coming down pit road. Mark Rabillas, one of those in the 22 truck.
Here,
as that's going on.
He started from pit road and then was speeding while leaving pit road.
Oh, boy. Oh, battle here, 22 in the 07. Dantes and Corey Abbott. Corey Abbott got a really good run at a road course earlier in the year at Charlotte, where he got a top 5. Trying to come back to try to get another top 5 underneath his belt. Has been one of the most consistent drivers on the track, on the season, has been Corey Abbott, doing a really good job. Almost hits the outside wall there on the front straightaway. Again, when you come out of that final turn, you're playing a fine a fine line there of being able to be really aggressive to get as much speed as you can and not hitting that outside wall. Corey Abbott has just shown us what the limit to that was without actually hitting the wall. Came very close to it. That's going to allow the 07. Dantes had one of those drivers that did really well. Had some issues at Charlotte Road Course, and definitely regretted some of the incidents that he had that kept him out of being able to run for a victory, and ultimately kept him out of running for the championship due to that. Is now finds himself in the 9th position behind Corey Abbott, trying to look to gain a few more positions. We're already on lap 3. So far, it's pretty spaced out. Chad Frankenfield is still only about a half second back from Tyler Fody here, but both of those drivers have gapped Ethan Burrell by around 3 seconds. So both Tyler Fody in the 40 and Chad Frankenfield in the 50 seem to have a pretty comfortable feel. See Tyler Fody, both of those drivers coming out of that turn, back end's wiggling a little bit behind them. See the gap there both of those drivers were able to cause between them and the rest of the field here. So far, single file for these drivers, but from 3rd on back to 10th is not that big of a gapping, all within less than 5 seconds. So from 3rd on back, I mean, they're all about maybe 3 to 4 truck lengths from each other. So pretty competitive for 3rd on back to 10th. See there, Ethan Burrell with one of his new paint schemes there. He's decided to go bubblegum. Couple drivers that have gone into the grass back there. Jaden Rasmus, one of those that have gone off onto the grass. Back going once again for Jaden. We'll lose quite a few positions from that. His offshore excursion. As you see, as flat as this track gets, it is very easy for you to lose grip in the tires there. So you see the 19 trying to take a look underneath going into the very first turn here. A hard braking zone, took a look, unable to make the move. 07 threw it in there. Will he be able to continue going? He is. Both of them are able to stay on the track, so very good. A blocking maneuver there by the 07. Able to keep the 19, Justin Wadsworth, behind him. A couple drivers coming down pit road. I believe next time by will be the last time these drivers will be able to come down pit road before the caution. The fun caution, as they call it, will come out. Wow! 07 on the back straightaway. Back there, able to really get a good run through. Now taking a look underneath Corey Abbott. Very tough racing there, able to complete the pass. Now the 819 trying to follow Corey Abbott through. This is a battle within the top 10. Able to push the 21 out wide, able to get the position as the 19 of Wadsworth. So just to end that back straightaway, the 21 there, Corey Abbott lost 2 positions. And that all occurred from Dantes having an amazing run through that tight turning point before you get to that long back straightaway. So 07 did a really good job there. Found a maneuver that worked really well for him. And now he's going to look to try to see if he can take that to the 70 truck. See if he can be able to get that going for him. You see, he just took it way wide there coming out of the exit and had so much speed. He was able to really give Corey Abbott no option other than getting past there with how much speed he had down that straightaway. As you see, they're back to battling hard. Now the 07 will have his sights on Jesse Rasmus, and that will be for the 7th position. all the way from Scott Crump is still really, really close. Scott Crump is actually going to get some pressure from right behind him as it looks like Jonathan Cutlip, our rookie leader in the rookie standings, is right on the back bumper of Scott Crump. Scott Crump, one of those drivers that he would say not the best at road course, probably just wanting to get a solid finish here tonight to be able to roll on to the next one where he can try to lock himself in a win in a different racetrack. But doing very well for himself tonight is Scott Crump because he is not too far behind Ethan Burrell and Leighton Norgard right in front of him. But those drivers from third on back already in 7 laps find themselves a little over 7 seconds back from the leaders. So over a second loss a lap for these drivers from third on back. To say it lightly, Tyler Fode has really put the heat on these drivers, and Jeff Frankenfield really not being able to show he's got the speed to keep up with, but not really any way to close the gap. Has actually been losing it. But still staying just in that 1.5 range from Tyler Fode. Just from watching Fode from everyone else, he uses a lot of those curves to his benefit. Runs right over them and no bobble from his truck when he does. Able to keep it straight going through there, and it allows him to be able to just hook those turns perfectly. On board here with Tyler Fode as they come to the 8th lap. Actually losing a little bit of time. He had a little bobble and allowed Chad to be able to gain just a little bit of time. But here will be the check
caution,
or the
caution
for the. There we go.
Competition
that's
caution.
Competition caution, and the yellow sound came out. Maybe we'll find a new yellow sound. I know some people don't like it, but for tonight,
Some
that
people
is
don't
a
like
yellow
everything.
sound. Some people just don't like things, and that's okay. So can't say anything about that. But so far, Chad Frankenfield and Tyler Fode over a 9-second lead over the rest of the field. Definitely feel very comfortable at this racetrack, to say the least. Well, while they line back up here, to giving them a chance to go down pit road, we will go to a commercial here to thank all our sponsors for allowing us to be able to broadcast.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
You want me to talk? And we're back here as they are heading down pit road. This is a chance that Chad Frankenfield feels that he may need to be able to get some kind of advantage over Tyler Fody. And it may come here on pit road, so this will be a very important pit stop here. It may be the only one that they have under caution, but they should have to have another one under green, so this may be a very opportune time for some drivers to be able to try to make up some spots here. It's not the most common type of pit stop style. This would be what you consider the reverse. So the pit road wall is farther away than you would normally on a pit stop. So sometimes that causes drivers to not enter at enough speed. So some drivers may take advantage on being able to enter. As you see side by side at the line, Tyler Fody just barely gets it over Chad Frankenfield there. But that was pretty close. Trying to see if I can recognize any drivers that have made a pretty good jump in the running order. Not seeing it so far. Well, that's not really. Mark Murphy didn't. Well, did Mark Murphy stay out?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Mark Murphy.
Because he pitted on lap 5.
He did. He did pit on lap 5. So we did have a driver. I was wondering if we were going to have a driver that would attempt to try to play some strategy. Mark Murphy in the 69 will be our second leader of the night. And that's through pit cycles here. He's going to actually be at the front of the field. Well, while they start to line back up, we're going to give it over to Dave to go through our sponsor shout-outs here.
All right. We want to thank Ridge NAPA Auto Parts for sponsoring tonight's race. This race is brought to you by Ridge NAPA Auto Parts. They're a family-owned business celebrating its 95th year in operation and have 16 stores in northwestern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Our series sponsor is Stay Tuned Sports Podcast. Stay Tuned Sports was started in 2016 by two friends who, even though they hated each other's teams, they had a purpose of producing a sports show like no other. They wanted to create a show that would cover all major sports with a little bit of comedy mixed in. Stay Tuned Sports releases weekly episodes covering NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, and even some college football. So if you're looking for some hot takes mixed in with some good ball busting, this show is for you. Stay Tuned Sports, your home for sports nonsense. Our premier sponsors, you saw the ad by TA Services, but for TA Services, for 36 years, they have been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider, offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics services to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. But the TA Services team makes ship happen. Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses. For small businesses, Blue Egg is your biggest fan. We help businesses punch above their weight class. Finally, on our premier sponsors is Worldwide Technology Raceway. Worldwide Technology Raceway is a motorsport racing facility in Madison, Illinois, just east of St. Louis, Missouri. It features a 1.25-mile NASCAR Cup Series track. It also hosts the Craftsman Truck Series and an open wheel series. It also has a 2-mile infield road course used by Trans Am's SCACA and SCCA and Porsche Club of America. They have a quarter-mile NHRA drag strip that hosts the Midwest Nationals event, and a Kartplex, which is a state-of-the-art karting facility. Well, those are our sponsors for this evening.
If they get too much longer, Dave, you need to ask for a raise. That's getting pretty long there, Dave, which is not a bad thing for us. We don't
all the
want
sponsors we can get.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want a sponsor, you can be able to get in touch with Chad Frankenfield. It doesn't even have to be a nice sponsor. The money comes through and it checks out. We'll say anything you want us to say. So just give Chad a shout out. If you're looking to sponsor Elite Truck Series is where it's at, I would say, as far as excitement level, as far as the drama that plays out, the format that it sets up with the biggest elimination that Elite has, going from 14 drivers down to 5, is pretty intense as far as how it's set up. So as far as how these drivers react, in this series. I would have to say that they have to get it for the next 4 races here, starting with this one. So drivers are definitely got a lot on their plate when they come to a series like this. As looks like Murphy's decided to be the pace car a little bit there in this chicken pit.
He said his crew chief told him to hit the pace car.
Oh, okay.
I think that's from the movie.
Is that from the movie?
Yep. Croker Race, where the chicken pit comes. I think we covered that before. You haven't seen that.
I thought hitting the pace car.
That in Days of Thunder too.
Was from Days of Thunder. I didn't think that was from.
I'm sure it's probably been done in a lot of. And in real life.
Well, maybe we should direct a movie. We'll make a good one, wouldn't we? I've got the soundboard for it. So.
Yep.
Well, it looks like these drivers are getting ready here. We'll be going back. Green flag here at Indianapolis. Now it will be on the 69 to start us off. This will be, again, how he enters this turn. I feel like this time around, the first time we went around turn 1, it was nice and orderly. Drivers knew that there was another caution. Well, this may be the last time that they may be able to pick up some positions. The green flag is back out. 69 has to make sure he doesn't go all the way up there because you can't cut off the lane. He's actually going to allow both of the drivers battle it in. 3 wide down the front straightaway into turn 1. Who is able to brake early enough to make the turn? Wow, that came really close. Chad Frankenfield able to take advantage of it and find himself in front of Tyler Fode. So Chad Frankenfield able to take advantage of the 69 staying out there, and now will be leading the field here as the 69 sinks through the field. It is causing a backup behind him. Scott Crump able to get around him, but few wide going through a very tight turn. The 11 and the 07 able to keep it going. The 07 had a little bit of a bobble. Now we'll have to watch out as the 3 wide again down the back straightaway. The 19 able to get through. Oh, a little bit of tap. More contact being made. The 70 truck out wide from it. Rasmus is going to lose about 3 positions from that. And now he's side by side with Leighton Norgard, but back up there, the 11, Jonathan Cutlip, trying to find his way around the 69. As he gets sideways, this is a dogfight. These drivers want to make the easy pass now. The 19 of Wadsworth, the other rookie driver going for rookie standings, trying to pass the other rookie driver here. Side by side, stuck behind the 69 on older tires. As we had a driver go off a little bit, came back on behind them. This caused a stack up from all the way from 5th on back. Allowed Scott Crump, look at the gap from 4th on back to 5th, just from the 69 staying out. Now the 11 of Cutlip will look underneath going into turn 1, able to get a run up beside him. Will probably clear him into this turn. Wadsworth is going to try to see if he can find a way by. I thought the 11 was going to clear easily. Still side by side. And so far, none of them has caused a wreck or spun from it, which is crazy with how hard these drivers are racing right now. And we're going to go through a 2 wide situation here. Very tight. Oh, very hard to get through there. The 07 finds himself going side by side into that very tight turn once again, and now will allow the 70 truck to get alongside him as well. So going into this long straightaway here, going into the first, contact, the 70 once again gets hit, going into the same turn. 2 laps in a row. Rasmus cannot be happy. Oh no, Corey Abbott, one of our chase drivers who's running really good before the caution's now going to be deep in the field and have a lot of work in front of him to try to get his way back up there. Did he get hit?
I think Dusty Dewar gets in.
3 wide. I don't think the drivers knew it was going to be 3 wide. Dustin Dewar into the 21 of Corey Abbott. Around goes Corey Abbott after having a almost flawless run in the regular season, not starting off very well here in the chase. as you see a battle now starting to shape up for the lead. Chad Frankenfield and Tyler Fody up there, but we still have a lot of battles going on back there as well. Chad Frankenfield is able to still stay in front of Tyler Fody, but 3 wide down the front straightaway as some drivers are trying to make up position. There was Robert Hill Jr. able to get a position over, I believe that was Sam Batwell. Ooh, Sam Batwell really trying to keep the truck underneath him as another driver's off in the grass further behind. It is all kicking off right now. These drivers know this is the time to try to make up the positions, and the aggression is on high. The 69 has now dropped back even further through the field. I believe he's all the way back in the 12th position, just in front of Dustin Dewar there. Jeff Green able to get around him. Now Mark Murphy actually trying to make a challenge back on Jeff Green. See some front end damage on the front of Jeff Green's truck. Luckily for Jeff Green, this is not a track where front nose damage is going to be too much of a hindrance. Who knew the 69 staying out would cause so much drama to play out through the field here and cause drivers to get put back further than they feel and really have to battle for it. Trying to see up front here, it's still a really good battle. Chad Frankenfield still able to stay about a half second ahead. Ethan Burrell finds himself 4 seconds back further from these two trucks. I feel as though this battle between these two drivers will continue until Fody is able to get around him. But so far, these two drivers are staying around the same distance. I am seeing a pass here. The 24 able to get underneath there of Dustin Dewar. That is a battle just outside the top 10 in 12th position. It is a battle indeed. Side by side through that tough turn once again. Oh, contact. The 24 got clipped there by Robert Hill. Unhappy Michael Hossack is on Robert Hill being clipped. Robert Hill now trying to take a dive onto the inside of Dustin Dewar. Made a little bit of touch there, but able to keep going, both those drivers, as they're still side by side. As soon as you find yourself side by side, the other drivers behind with a clear exit try to pounce on the situation. Robert Hill gets a little loose. It's going to lose a spot to the one truck, may lose the spot to the 29 of Jesse Story. Robert Hill on a decline slide now finds his buddy, the 24. We'll see if Michael Hossack repays the favor here. Right behind them, Corey Abbott trying to get his way back up to the front as quickly as possible. Oh, Robert Hill still slinging it sideways. Corey Abbott now will take a look underneath the 24 truck, Michael Hossack. Going into turn 1 here, will be able to look like he will complete the pass. The 69 around. We'll have to find out what happened to Mark Murphy here. On old tires.
Loop it into 1.
Old tires may have downshifted too much. Looped it around. Dustin Dewar able to get around. No contact being made between any of the drivers there, but he will lose a few positions from that. Another battle here. Corey Abbott trying to make another position here gained on the 05. Robert Hill able to do so. So far, Corey Abbott just trying to not compile on the bad luck and the penalty of being back there so far. A good battling all through the racetrack right now. So far for these drivers, it is still green and everyone's still on the racetrack so far. Good battle there. Looks like Corey Abbott able to start making another position. That will be on the 1 of Jaden Rasmus. That will put him up into the 14th position. So a good run back up through the field Corey Abbott is making. But he still finds himself about 34 seconds back from the lead. Now again, these drivers will need to make one more pit stop here. It's up to their discretion when they want to. When would be the most benefit? Whoa! I think the 05 just gave a little punt to the one truck. One truck's going to go back at him here. 05 almost missed that turn. Would have had to serve a slowdown penalty if he had to. Doesn't look like he will, as looks like Robert Hill able to make that position on Jaden Rasmus. Here comes the 69, trying to work his way back up through. Passes Michael Hosack there. Still with the oldest tires on the field right now. Back up front, Chad Frankenfield starting to put a little bit of a gap on Tyler Fody. He was, and then just in that short instance there, Tyler Fody picked up about a half a second. I thought he was further back than that, but Tyler Fody still going at it on Chad Frankenfield. Chad Frankenfield has to be absolutely flawless through this entire race if he wants to beat Tyler Fody, I believe. He misses one turn, I think Tyler Fody will be all over him. Well, let's get a look through the field here, as these drivers are still running very strong. Chad Frankenfield still running up front here after taking the lead. At that last restart, Tyler Fody in hot pursuit right behind him. And third place is Ethan Burrell, already about 7 seconds back from the pair up front in his pink mobile. And right behind him, able to get past Mark Murphy early on there, and able to just keep his sights and truck within biting the distance of Ethan Burrell. Scott Crump right there in fourth position, so having a really good run to his standards. Fifth place, trying to work up that long gap that they had, is Jonathan Cutlip, our rookie leader, trying to get back up to Scott Crump and Ethan Burrell. Justin Wadsworth, his aggression paid off, has gotten him to sixth position and is now trying to go after Jonathan Cutlip. Justin Wadsworth started from 10th position, so having a good run up through the field. Dantes here in the 07 is just happy to not be side by side with someone in a turn. He has had a few incidences where has caused his fenders to be a little bit crumpled, but he is happy right now to at least be able to keep it going on this racetrack. Right behind him, Leighton Norgard, who is probably not too satisfied where he's running at. He was running before that caution in the top 4 and was having a really good run. Now finds himself back in 8th position and has a little bit of work to do to get back up there. In 9th place, pretty far back actually. There's quite a distance from 8th place to 9th place, around an 8-second gap, is Cody McCorkle in the 2 truck. Cody McCorkle is trying to work his way up through the field here. Jesse, right behind him, I think you're missing one there. I think there's a 70 truck, Jesse Rasmus.
He is now lapped down. They just came in. Both of the Rasmus just came in.
Oh, there's green flag pit stops occurring. Well, Dustin Durr is going to take that position. He's now running in 10th position. There's a few drivers that are pitting. Well, we just did the top 10. Let's see a few of those drivers that have come down pit road. I believe that is Jaden Rasmus and Jesse Rasmus. Jaden Rasmus will actually come out in traffic, it looks like. Will find himself a lap down, I believe. Yes, he will. He's actually going to be slotted in between 3rd and 2nd place with the lead lap driver. So with new tires, we'll see if he's able to get himself back up clear of the leaders here. We'll have to keep an eye on, see when drivers decide to come pit road. One of those I would feel like was going to have to pit a little earlier is going to be Tyler Fody. He has to find a way to get back in front of Chad Frankenfield. And one of the ways he can do that is by pitting a lap earlier than Chad Frankenfield. I think Frankenfield's just going to be looking at his mirror and trying to decide when Tyler Fody will pit to help with his strategy. Chad Frankenfield's best option is to stay in front of Tyler Fody. And so he may end up looking to try to pit before Fody. If I'm Tyler Fody, if Chad Frankenfield pits, you have to pit too. Like, you can't let him get out any further than he already is on you. I believe the Rasmus here in the one truck. Did he have a little incident here with the... Oh, yes, he did. He went off here into the grass in one of the...
Too much curb.
Yeah, too much curb. One of the hardest turns right there, in my opinion. If I was in this race, you could just call that my turn, because you would be watching replay after replay of me missing that turn. Ooh, out wide. Oh, man. I thought Robert Hill was going straight into that wall there. I didn't think he was going to make that turn. Robert Hill trying to work his way past the 69 truck on older tires. Good turn there by Robert Hill. Is going to set up a little bit of exit, which allows him to be able to get more of a straightaway speed. So Robert Hill may have, a little bit of a bobble. He still may have some speed here to make a maneuver, as both of these drivers right here are catching onto the back of Dustin Dewar there. Going into turn one, will any of them look out? No, but whoa, the 69 threw it in there. Almost missed the turn, almost went into the grass. I thought he threw it in there pretty hard. He's able to slow it down. If you remember, that's where he had his issues last time, where he looped it. Oh, we are down to 22 laps to go, coming to the halfway point in this event. You see here now a battle. Whoa, Robert Hill threw it in there. Oh my gosh, he almost slammed into the back of the 69, trying to keep the 24 behind him. I thought he was going to miss that turn. These drivers back here in the back, tires saving what? They are going for it. They know that they have tires in the pits if they need them. Oh, Dustin Dewar had a bobble. That's going to allow the 69 to get right to the back of him. So now it's a four-way battle for right now as they stand, all the drivers in the top 12. But this is a battle for 12th, I should say. Corey Abbott's made a really good run past these drivers. Now Corey Abbott finds himself up to 10th, so good run by Corey Abbott to get back up there. Oh, so that's what's happened to Dustin Dewar, why he's so far back. He took a
shortcut.
Well, he took a something. I don't know what he took.
Had to get his GPS out and figure out where the track was after that.
That reminds me of that NAPA commercial where Michael Waltrip was like, "I'm at the wrong racetrack." I didn't know where he was at. I don't think he was at the racetrack anymore. But still a really good four-way battle here shaping up. 69 looking to try to make a move, as we do have some more drivers coming down pit road. No, just the one truck.
He's either fixing something or serving a penalty, because he's already been down once.
Oh, good battle here. Dustin Dewar and the 69 side by side. Mark Murphy trying to make the pass on Dustin Dewar there. Still side by side. Robert Hill trying to find his way through. This may lead to some bumping here. Robert Hill, a little bit of a tap into the side of 32. Both of them able to keep going here. But that's going to put the 32, Dustin Dewar, out a little wide there. I don't think Michael Hosak was close enough to make any kind of advantage from it. But there still may be some more bumping here. There's not much left of the 05 front bumper. That is pretty well been used. It has been shortened up at least a little bit. Dustin Dewar sliding back, has got no rear tires left to its name. It has worn the good off of it. Now it's just year, but looks like the 69 able to get out a little bit of advantage from this and trying to set sail here. Ooh, a little bit touching.
Oh, around it goes.
Spin. Dustin Dewar into the back of the 05, and around goes Robert Hill, able to keep going, but will lose for sure a few seconds there. Again, Dustin Dewar, with a lack of grip, went into the turn, unable to slow down enough and into the back of Robert Hill Jr. there. A little bobble actually, but still a touch nonetheless to the 32 to the 05. A little bit of driver chat going on out there, not happy with each other here at the road course. You hear that, Dave? I heard a little bit of a little bit of an anger from 24 of all people to the 05 from that incident earlier on between them. Up front here, once again, Chad Frankenfield and Tyler Fody within half a second. Tyler Fody actually gaining a little bit of time here. Now only about a car length. This is the closest I've seen Fody in a few laps to Chad Frankenfield. Maybe trying to put on the power here to try to make that maneuver. These two drivers have been absolutely perfect up front here.
Oh!
And out wide goes Chad Frankenfield. Gonna go the Dustin Dewar route and go out to no man's land. But here comes Tyler Fody. This will be a battle. Tyler Fody able to get the lead from that mistake, Chad Frankenfield. Right after I said that these drivers were having a flawless race, Chad went in there deep. Tyler Fody almost missed a turn from just how bad Chad did. You see here, Chad just too much speed, missed it. Tyler Fody almost did as well. Chad Frankenfield did a good job of being able to get it righted in the grass and put the power down enough to at least get back onto the track. But Tyler Fody able to get the speed coming out of that turn, and will have quite a bit of a distance between him and Chad Frankenfield, almost a second. So it was a good thing I had you tune in on to that, Dave. That was right when it was happening. Another battle, though, shaping up here as well, we might want to keep an eye on. Scott Crump has caught Ethan Burrell. He is now only a couple truck lengths back from him. And we'll have to keep an eye on. I would have to believe Chad Frankenfield will probably be coming down pit road. Chad Frankenfield's going to do anything. He's going to come down pit road. Right here we see other drivers are down pit road as we see. I think that's Corey Abbott.
Corey Abbott, Leighton Norgard, Jess Story.
Yeah, a few drivers now. I'd have to believe we're going to keep an eye on. I believe Chad Frankenfield will be coming down pit road this time. If I had to make a guess, and I guessed wrong. So no, Chad Frankenfield and Tyler Fody say that. I would have thought he would want to take the advantage of new tires to try to find a way back in front of Tyler Fody. But he's going to stay right behind him. Tyler Fody's going to try to open up that gap that he already has, about a second and a half as they run right now. I gotta tell you, the best battle I'm watching right now is Ethan Burrell and Scott Crump. They are both pushing it very hard to try to see who's going to get in front of the other. I'm watching them use up all the racetrack and get sideways. Oh man, you see how far Scott Crump is throwing it in there, trying to get that distance. He's wanting a little pink in his life as he is going after Ethan Burrell.
Okay.
Both these drivers are using up the curves. Let's see who's that right behind him. I think that might be a lap down car. Yeah, because here's the closest truck to them. So that must be a black car. The black car must be a lap down by. Oh man, Scott Crump now within only about a couple feet from Ethan Burrell. I think Ethan Burrell has little life left in those tires. And Scott Crump is really putting on the pressure here. It's the braking that the braking areas where Scott Crump really gets his advantage. Oh, out wide, side by side, Ethan Burrell. Is Ethan Burrell coming down pit road?
Yep.
He is. Okay, I was wondering if he blew his engine or something. He slowed down so much, but yeah, no, Ethan Burrell is down pit road as well as Michael Hossack. So a few drivers going down pit road right now. As he is pitting right now, Corey Abbott is trying to get his lap back, and it is not helping Tyler Fody. It has allowed Chad Frankenfield to get caught back up to him because Corey Abbott, with the fresher tires, is really putting on some pressure and making Tyler Fody look in his mirrors. And he doesn't want to let Corey Abbott go too much because Chad Frankenfield is right there. He is following Corey Abbott, trying to get the advantage there. So that 1.5 seconds advantage Tyler Fody has gone away. You can see, I mean, Tyler Fody has better entry, but still really good runs there. I believe that's another battle for position. That's going to be the 70 and the 12 battling. As a Leighton Norgard is going to try to make a pass on the outside. And then coming up on another truck on older tires, 69. Leighton Norgard must be saying to himself, not again. 69 on older tires, holding him up. He's not going to wait. He's going to make that pass as quickly as possible. So Leighton Norgard able to get around Rasmus there.
Batwell, Durer, and Rebelus in pits. Scott Crump and
Scott Crump down in the pits. So majority of our lead lap drivers now have entered in the pits on lap with 15 laps left to go. Now it'd be interesting to see the advantage between Scott Crump and Ethan Burrell. But we have to go back to the lead here. Tyler Fody, Chad Frankenfield. Fody had to give the position up to the 21 there. And here comes Chad Frankenfield. We've seen how aggressive these two drivers and little room they give each other. Even on old tires here, they are still going hard at each other. Chad Frankenfield now has it down to about a truck length. Is he going to make a maneuver before they go into the pits, even on older tires? Or are they going to come down into the pits here? As this goes on, back there further, another battle for position is going to be the 19 and the 70, but we're going to watch here. Chad Frankenfield, is he going to pit? Is he going to stay out? They're going to stay out, and they're going to be battling here. This is a battle for the lead, so we will stay here. There's battles going on all over the track. So far, this racetrack has produced some really good racing with the little grip that they have in these trucks. But Tyler Fody able to hold it off. Chad Frankenfield actually gets a couple truck lengths over here. They are the only two drivers, I believe, that are still out there in the top 10 on older tires. Michael Hossack has gone off into the grass. Here, an apology being shouted out to Dustin Dewars. I'm not sure what happened to Dustin Dewar back there. We'll see a replay here. Yeah, someone apologized to Dustin. Oh, maybe Sam Batweld here. Oh man. Good heads-up maneuver by Dustin Dewar. Able to keep it going. Wow, really good job. He will lose a lot of his tire, though, from that maneuver, but able to keep it going, Dustin Dewar is. So Dusty did a really good job there of being able to save his race. Ooh, Tyler Fody wiggles through that turn. As they're actually catching up on some more lap traffic. Robert Hilden next to go a lap down. Chad Frankenfield into the pit road. Chad Frankenfield trying to take the advantage here. We'll see how Tyler Footy responds the next lap. But Chad Frankenfield down pit road will actually have another driver in front of him. Oh no, it's Jesse Rasmus hard into the wall. Through the sand, will be out of the race. Jesse Rasmus missed a turn. Or did he get help here? 07 right there with him. Oh, makes a little bit of contact and then through the sand. I thought he hit the wall, but he didn't actually. He got locked into the sand. We'll call it done. Another driver around, another one in the top 10. Cody McCorkle around. They're just popping off on the track here. Just got passed by Tyler Fody. And then ends up looping it into the sand here. Gets a little bit in the grass, and that's all it took. Well, we're going to go back to Fody here. We have to see how this plays out. Tyler Fody, there's Chad Frankenfield coming off pit road. Tyler Fody, will he come down pit road this time? That's going to be the question. That will be the battle here for the win. Will he come down pit road? Or will he allow Chad to have more advantage with those fresher tires? They are coming down to 12 laps to go in this event. He's getting all he's got. He is going to come down pit road. You saw him. He pushed it really hard going down pit road. He's going to try to get as much as he can of an advantage. Chad had a lap car in front of him through all this, so he actually will have an advantage going down pit road like he did. But we're going to keep it here, and we're going to see how when he goes to exit off of pit road, who will have the advantage. You know Chad Frankenfield right now has to be on the track pushing it as hard as he can to try to gain that position. As other drivers are having, big issues on the track, but I can't go to it just yet. It looks like Dustin Durer's race might be over. But we can't, we'll go back and watch a replay there. But right now, Tyler Fody coming down pit road. Again, why this is so important, folks, the winner of this locks himself into the chase. And they can do it here today to fight for a championship. All they have to do is win. Chad Frankenfield down pit road, or down the front straightaway, I mean. He has a few trucks in front of him as they run right now. He looks like he may get the lead. He will get the lead. Chad Frankenfield has quite a bit of advantage over Fody. As Chad Frankenfield, he barely misses a truck spinning out. Tyler Fody's going to have to deal with it now. Able to get clear. Chad Frankenfield will have quite a bit of advantage on Tyler Fody with not very many laps left. 12 laps to go. And this is shaped all up as both of the leaders find themselves deep into traffic. Chad Frankenfield trying to make a maneuver on Sam Batweld right now to get himself cleared, and he will have a little bit of clean air before the next lap truck he has to arrive on. But Tyler Fody will have around 3 trucks he has to get around before he can get up to Chad Frankenfield. One of those is Dustin Dewar right in front of him, who is back onto the racetrack after having the issues he had. But we said we watched. Yeah, that's... Wow. So I only saw a clip of it. I saw him going straight into that wall. And when I had to clip back onto the battle on pit road. But wow, Dustin Dewar, that is as close as you can get to ruining your night. He almost just ended it right there. Going through almost into the tire barriers there. When you do, you usually get stuck and there's nothing you can do. Then he's just having fun in the grass at that point. But Dustin Dewar now finds himself back into 14th position. I believe there was a little bit of an issue between the 1 and the 90 truck. Hearing Scott Crump not a happy camper with Jaden Rasmus. This is when he came, this was earlier on actually, and he spun it right in front of both of the leaders there. We'll back up here. Now Tyler Fody able to get around the lap traffic now can see Chad Frankenfield in front of him. Will try to work his way up to him. You see a battle here still playing out between the 11 and the 12. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Still going side by side. This is an opportunity for the 11 to try to make it up on a late Norgard. 12 truck dives it in there, able to keep the 11 behind him for now. That is a battle for a top 5 position. As the late Norgard able to keep it in front of Jonathan Cutlip there. So far, pitting early seems to have helped both Chad Frankenfield and Ethan Burrell in their respective battles before the green flag pit stops there, as both of them find themselves a few seconds above the drivers they were battling with. Jaden Rasmus out in the grass once again right in front of him, but here comes the 11 truck down the front straightaway here. He's going to have a good run. Will actually be looking to try to go side by side down the front straightaway. Unable to do so. Will tuck up underneath or behind the 12 truck. Unable to make the maneuver now. Maybe diving it in here. Decides better of it. Stays behind the 12 truck. Their battling has allowed, I believe, Justin Wadsworth to actually start gaining up on them, but still has a few trucks in between him and them for the battle for 5th. 12 truck takes a wide exit there. It's going to go side by side through a very tough turn here. Oh, 11 backs out of it, thinks better of it. Once again, 11 is deciding to... The caution is the better part of valor here, as he is now looking to the inside. 11 truck is giving everything he's got onto that 12 for that top 5 position. Leighton Norgard doing everything he can to keep him behind him, but there is a tire difference between those two drivers. As they battle, oh no, Ethan Burrell has gotten stuck behind 2 lapped cars, and Scott Crump has decided to get into the battle between him. He is now within less than a second, so really good battle there as Dustin Dewar's off once again into the grass. Unfortunate for Ethan Burrell, lost about a second, over a second, being stuck to those lap cars. He is able to finally clear Robert Hill Jr. That will leave us with only 12 trucks on the lead lap as they run. Scott Crump, I don't think he's going to give much room to these lap cars. He may bump them out of the way because he sees the 37 right in front of him. Jonathan Cutlip was able to get around a Leighton Norgard there, so that will put the 11 truck back into the top 5, but the 11 truck finds himself around 8 seconds back from the battle that you saw with Ethan Burrell. Here is the pass that we had missed out on. The 11 truck finally having a really good exit out of a turn. Able to do a dive bomb maneuver to finally get around the 12. The 12 missed the turn, and that's all the 11 truck needed to get out front. Well, if you were Tyler Fode fans, this is not what you wanted to see. He has started to lose a little bit of a gap between him and Chad Frankenfield. Now Chad Frankenfield finds himself with almost a 5-second lead over Tyler Fode here as we come to 8 laps left to go in this event. A little issue here with Robert Hill Jr. At this point, the driver's attention and their concentration has started to lessen a little bit as you see mistakes starting to be made, and that is probably from fatigue. When you come to road course racing, you have to concentrate on every little thing. Sometimes that works out very good in the beginning of these races, but as the race goes on, the drivers that may be losing concentration, the mistakes are more easily seen. They may drive off the racetrack or spin out, so the replays will continue to come here. I believe that was Cody McCorkle, one of those drivers who, at the beginning of the race, was doing very well for himself misses the turn, one of the final turns on the racetrack, able to keep it going. Oh, couple collision, big collision in back there. The 07 and the 70 truck. Dantes and Rasmus make contact. That was the third time that's happened to the 70 truck in that same exact turn.
Oh, he got back to him.
And he got his revenge this time. Last time, that is the second time that Dantes had done that to Rasmus. And Rasmus made sure to show his displeasure there. Unfortunately for Rasmus, I think, yeah, exactly. Rasmus has hurt himself much more than he did Dantes. Dantes didn't really lose much time there, able to do a really good job of being able to keep it going. But that was I don't think there was much body panel on the left of the 70 truck, and I think he decided to use the last bit of it on revenge there. So Rasmus finds himself 2 laps down back in 19th, and I think he was just, I think he was done with it. And it looks like he might be done with the race, as I think he might be pulling over.
He's in turn 1.
I think he's decided to do the oval from here on out. Well, while he's doing, I think now he's decided to call it done. So I think Rasmus made to decide that it's better off if he ends the night now. Well, very quickly, I said it was about a 5-second gap. Tyler Fody has started to pull it up a little bit quicker. I think Tyler Fody has decided to try to use his tires now. He's catching Chad Frankenfield little by little, but yeah, all it comes down to how much is Chad giving up, just being cautious right now. As here they come to 6 laps to go. There's still quite a bit of distance between Chad Frankenfield and Tyler Fody for the win here. Getting clear track for both of these drivers, so now it will be qualifying runs from here on out for them. Battle back there looks like for Dustin Dewar on the front straightaway. Oh, locks it up a little bit. Underneath Sam Batweld, able to make maneuver, but here comes the 12th truck. Oh, Sam Batweld really loose. Oh, Lane Norgard just wants to get past both of them as quickly as possible. Able to do so.
Oh, Dusty's off now.
Dusty's off once again. Back onto the racetrack. I'm thinking he believes if he does that enough, he'll create his own track.
Path, yeah.
Yeah. He's going to lose a few more positions to Michael Hossack there and Sam Batwell. That will put Dustin Dewar back in 15th position, not what he wants to do. Scott Crump has been able to get within about that distance and has not advanced any further onto the back of Ethan Burrell. Ethan Burrell gives up a little bit. Oh, Ethan Burrell sideways. Here comes Scott Crump. We've been doing a really good job of being able to get these battles as they're side by side. Here they come to the front straightaway. Scott Crump may be able to put the power down and make the speed down the front straightaway, may be able to do an undercut. He's going to have the run. Ethan Burrell's going to take a little bit of a defensive line. Here comes Scott Crump looking underneath Ethan Burrell. It's going to be a dive bomb into this first turn. Ethan Burrell able to hold it off. Is he going to be able to make the turn himself? Out wide, but able to do so. Ethan Burrell able to save from that mistake. And Scott Crump is going to get probably that much more aggressive.
Oh, he's underneath him. Contact.
He does. He throws it in there. I called it. He saw that he could not wait any longer. He is able to put a door to the side of Ethan Burrell, but here comes Ethan Burrell. Really strong run. Is he going to repay the favor? He's going to definitely be able to make the position back up on Scott Crump. Really good exit out of that tight turn. Ethan Burrell now back out in front of Scott Crump with 5 laps to go for third position. The question will be able to talk to either one of these drivers at the end of the night with how aggressive they're getting. 5 laps to go. Ethan Burrell puts the hammer down, not backing down, gets back out in front of Scott Crump here. Now Ethan Burrell back at the same spot he had that issue before. Scott Crump is right there. He is right there on his back bumper. Both of those with their excursion sideways or have used up a little bit of their tire. Scott Crump, oh, he is definitely putting the power down. He is really wanting to get back around Ethan Burrell to be running in the top 3 here. We'll see if he makes a dive bomb maneuver. He does not. Now Ethan Burrell is probably going to have a different entry here where that dive bomb took place last time. Maybe a little bit earlier entry. Keep it down low so Scott Crump can't make that maneuver. Well, we saw Ethan Burrell have a really good turn in this turn right here. We'll see if he can be able to replicate that. Now Scott Crump able to keep up with him through there, but Ethan Burrell definitely does have a little bit more of an advantage through that portion of the track. Up front, still Chad Frankenfield 3 seconds in front of Tyler Fody here. So nothing changing up front here. Tyler Fody is clicking away, but not at a pace that will allow him to catch Chad Frankenfield. As we go back there with the best battle of the night here, Ethan Burrell and Scott Crump. Ethan Burrell, once again, I will say it. I can't say anything. Every time I say something, he gets sideways there. And setting up another position gain here. Scott Crump trying to get that outside lane wrapped around, but he's not able to get the throttle down as easy. And that allows Ethan Burrell to still be able to stay in front of Scott Crump. I keep trying to say Ethan Burrell goes in a little bit not as fast as Scott Crump, but has really good exit. And every time I go to say that, he gets completely sideways coming on out of an exit. I just got to be careful with what I say with 3 laps to go. We do want to talk to maybe one of these drivers at the end of this lane. The Scott Crump is really, that turn right there, Scott Crump has a lot different entry than Ethan Burrell. Ooh, not a very good exit for Scott Crump. He's going to lose some time there on Ethan Burrell. Whoa, well, never mind. Ethan Burrell. I don't know what happened to Ethan Burrell. Oh, boy, a little bit of contact. Oh, boy, they're side by side. The advantage in this turn will be Scott Crump. He's going to throw it in there and clear himself of Ethan Burrell. I'm not sure what happened on that front straightaway, why Ethan Burrell slowed down. He had a better exit and slowed down. Like, I don't know if he missed a shift or what happened there, but that allowed Scott Crump to get alongside and now in front of Ethan Burrell. But Ethan is not giving up, still trying to gain that position back on Scott Crump. With both of these battling, they have lost seconds to Jonathan Cutler. He is now within 3 seconds back of both these drivers with 2 laps to go, and that 11 truck is licking its lips, hoping that they continue to battle. As here they go into turn 1. Well, Ethan Burrell try to gain an advantage by outbraking. He does. He's inside. He gives it back up to Scott Crump. Again, the more these two battle, the closer that 11 truck get. 2 laps to go in this event, and this battle's not over for third. This has been one of the best parts for Ethan Burrell. I'm not sure what happened that last time. As you see a driver off on the track, that's a 70 Erasmus. Back out there again for some reason. He keeps going out there and then stopping somewhere. Ethan Burrell right on the back bumper of Scott Crump. He is not giving up. Trying to see what number. Oh, Mark Rebillis really said his name all too often tonight, which is a good thing, but his only mistake, what I think he's made, was that right there, able to keep going. But back out front here, I believe to take the white flag is Chad Frankenfield. Finds himself around 2.5 seconds above Tyler Fode, a little over 2.5 seconds. Well, he did everything he needed to do tonight. Chad Frankenfield maybe was not the fastest, but darn near close to as fast as Tyler Fode, and that's all Chad Frankenfield needed. Kept Tyler Fode behind him after that initial restart on lap 10, I believe it was. Able to keep Fode back long enough to when they came down pit road, Chad Frankenfield took the advantage of pitting early and gained about a 4-second lead on Tyler Fode. Tyler Fode has reeled him in, but not nearly enough, as Chad Frankenfield has been able to have a very clean race tonight and able to get the advantage on Tyler Fode. He only has a few more turns left, and then he will be able to lock himself in to go for another Truck Series championship. Trying to be one of the few that can say they've won multiple Truck Series championships. The last couple turns here, and that's all Chad Frankenfield will need. Coming to the front straightaway, Chad Frankenfield started second, able to get it done here tonight, and will win at the Indianapolis road course, the NAPA Auto Parts Challenge here in the first race of the Stay Tuned Trucks podcast Truck Series. Chad Frankenfield able to get it done with the victory. That battle back there between Scott Crump and Ethan Burrell is still going on. They were about 30 seconds back from the leader, but they are coming to the flag. This is also another battle, very strong battle between two drivers that were not happy with each other earlier, the 24 and the 05. Oh, Robert Hill almost clipped him. 24, Michael Hossack able to get the advantage over Robert Hill Jr., able to get it done. As the drivers are starting to come down to finish up the race here, a lot of good battling took place today at this road course. Good racing all around. Chad Frankenfield's going to be able to call it victory for today. Well, Chad Frankenfield can be happy with what he accomplished. Well-known driver that loves his road course racing and loves his Indianapolis style racetracks, no matter if it's on the high or on the bank part of the circle track or if it's on the road course. Chad Frankenfield happy to just be able to come home with a victory here tonight. Good hard battling between him and Tyler Fode allows him to be able to come home the victor over Tyler Fode. I'm sure Tyler Fode is not going to be happy with that statistic. Well known, Tyler Fode really only wants to beat Chad Frankenfield, but tonight Chad Frankenfield able to turn it around and beat Tyler Fode. Well, this is our finishing running order here. Chad Frankenfield able to come out the victor here. Tyler Fode in second. That battle between Scott Crump and Ethan Burrell. Scott Crump able to use the aggression he had to get himself out in front of Ethan Burrell, and that will get him the third position. Ethan Burrell drops down to fourth. Jonathan Cutlip ended up being right on the back bumper of Ethan Burrell at the end of that, but able to come home in the fifth position. Leighton Norgard works his way back up into sixth. Justin Wadsworth, one of our rookie drivers, will come home in the seventh position. Dantes, after a lot of contact, that will probably go down as, I don't know if it was a good night or a bad night for Dantes, but overall it will be an eventful night for him. Will come home in eighth position. Corey Abbott able to come back to a ninth place finish. A strong run for Corey Abbott after having to be so far back. Jeff Story there will be in 10th position. Cody McCorkle will be in the 11th position. Mark Murphy, with his strategy, ends up coming home in 12th. Dustin Dewar, even with all his problems and spins and everything, an off-track excursion, still somehow comes home in 13th, so Dustin Durer overall can't be too unhappy with all of that. Sam Batlow 16th, Mark Rebellis 17th, Joshua Freed will come home in 18th, will not be happy with that statistic, will find himself in a little bit of a hole. Let's see here, we got a few more drivers. Jaden Rasmus will be in 19th. Jesse Rasmus, the Rasmus brothers, both had eventful days. They will both find themselves far back in the field. Jesse Rasmus in 20th. Andrew Hardcastle 21st. Jeff Green will have to try to go for a victory. For his last place finish, it will put him in the back of the point standings. Well, overall, that was a fantastic race. Let's see if we can talk to some of these drivers that were just a part of that. We're going to bring up Scott Crump. It wasn't the battle for the win, but it darn should have been, because that was impressive battling there at the end between you and Ethan Burrell. Overall, you came out the victor between the two, but that was there anything left? Were you two both just pushing it as hard as you can? Because I don't know if there was a razor edge, but you guys were definitely on it.
Yeah, I felt like I was a little bit faster. I was just scared of wrecking them, so I was trying to take it easy behind them. So it's pretty crazy. These things are on edge on exit, so every single exit is like sliding out on you. So you try and put it down, and it just keeps on sliding out. So that was the main thing tonight, was just protecting those rear tires.
Well, you were able to come home in third. I don't know if you would consider yourself a road course driver, but are you happy with a third place? Would that check off one of the boxes that you try to race your way into the playoffs here? Would you consider this a successful night for you yourself?
Yeah, I consider this a big win tonight. So I was hoping for maybe top 5, hopefully, coming in tonight. And I came out here P3. I thought Leighton was going to be better a little bit, and I thought Cutlip was going to be there close. And Evandro is usually fast at road courses too, so I was thinking about 5th or 6th I was going to be, but ended up running pretty well here and came home P3.
Absolutely. Well, we are already getting started here in the playoffs, and good strong run definitely helps you. We have 3 more races to try to get yourself locked in, either with a win or to get those points behind you. Is there a race coming up here that you're looking forward to? We got Bristol, Chicagoland, and Talladega coming up. Is there one of those that you have circled down that you feel like you're going to be the next one to knock yourself in?
Yeah, I'm usually pretty fast at Bristol and Chicagoland, so hopefully I'll be battling for the wins there and just trying to stay out of trouble. And Dega, anything can happen there, so I'm trying to have enough points or at least a win to make it through this round, get to the next.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your 3rd place. Let's go ahead and give it to you to give your thank yous and shout outs for tonight.
Get a shout out to y'all up in the booth. Y'all do a heck of a job week in, week out. I like going back and listening to y'all's coverage. I also get a shout out to Ethan. That was pretty fun there. I got into him one turn, and we both went sideways a little bit, but I gave him the spot back, and then we battled it out from there. It was a good, hard battle. Get a shout out to my sponsor, Stay Tuned Sports Podcast. Shout out to my team, Stay Tuned Esports, and get a shout out to my grandfather watching.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, Scott. Hopefully we'll get to see you at Bristol. If we do, that means you survived Bristol, but we know how difficult that is. So hopefully we'll get to talk to you again coming up here, Scott.
All right, thanks.
That was your 3rd place driver, Scott Crump. Let's go ahead and bring up Tyler Fody. 2nd place for most drivers would feel like a win coming in tonight, but I have a feeling, Tyler, it may have been considered that if it was a different driver at the front of the field that got the win. But overall, what ended up losing you this race, even though it would seem that you had the fastest truck of the night?
Yeah, kind of spot on there, I think, with getting 2nd. It's not fun. But I think a couple things. One, I thought the tire advantage was going to be a little better than it was, but the main thing, and I don't know if y'all saw it on the broadcast or not, but it was like 4 or 5 laps after the pit cycle. I'd got in way hot in the second to last right-hander on the little short chute. Basically had to come to a stop in the grass and get it going again. And I lost about 2 seconds from what I remember, which at that point, that was just so much time to try and make back up. And yeah, I think that's the main thing. Tires didn't help me quite as much, but he got me by 3 seconds. So I feel like had I not done that, lost the time there, I would have been within a second. And at that point, you can get him to mirror drive and put some pressure on. So yeah, just my own fault there. I thought the whole race leading up to that was pretty good. We seemed pretty equal going back and forth. So it was fun, but definitely one spot better.
Well, going forward from here, Chad's locked himself in. The only other thing you can do is to lock yourself in for the playoffs to keep him from winning a championship. But we do not have easy tracks after this. We have Bristol, which anything could happen at Bristol, and we have Talladega. Both of those tracks, though, are one of what you consider luck tracks to survive at. And then we have Chicagoland, maybe something more into a driver's wheelhouse. What's your strategy going into where two of the three you consider tracks that finishing is not a guarantee?
Yeah, Talladega is definitely up in the air. Bristol, I feel like I can kind of control my own destiny a little bit more just by trying to qualify near the front and just kind of maintain position there. But you know how those races go once we get down to the end and people staying out and 2 tires and this and that and short track things happening. But yeah, I'll try and stay ahead of most of that at Bristol, and then Talladega could be anyone really. I'll try and stay out in front of that too, though. That's always how I kind of run the super speedways, is rather be in front of all the chaos than behind it. But yeah, then I think once we get to Chicagoland, that'll be more straightforward. I don't know, maybe even win that. That'd be cool. But overall, I think we can just try and ride our points cushion here and get a spot for Richmond.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your second place, even though it may not be what you want, but we want to go ahead and let you still be able to do your thank yous and shout outs here for a very hard battle and still a good finish here overall for your hopes to be able to get into the championship 5.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Chad for getting it done. I guess he got some new pedals and hardware and stuff, so seems like it's paying off a little bit because I don't remember him being this close prior to that. So that's always fun. But yeah, he ran a good race, so shout out to him. Blue Egg Marketing, being on the truck, Hucks, Pit Pass Network, KMP Graphics, and you guys for being up here in the booth.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations. Hopefully we'll get to speak to you at Bristol next week, as we got some hard races, but overall, congratulations for tonight, and we'll let you leave here at least a little bit of a feather to your cap that you know that you're still technically the points champion on points, even though Chad Frankenfield has locked himself in.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it.
That was your second place finisher. We're going to go ahead and bring up tonight's victor here. Hard fought battle. One of the best road courses that we can remember here, with just how close it was. Chad, it was between you and Cody from the get-go. Tyler looked like he was a little bit faster, but overall strategy, circumstances got you out front. I mean, and you ran a heck of a race to keep yourself and Tyler Fody behind you there. And at the end, with that advantage you had on time between him and you after that pit stop there, it set up where you just had to do qualifying laps to keep him behind you, and you did just that with a 3-second victory, able to get it done tonight. What did it come down to tonight, Chad? Was it pit strategy that you had planned out, or was it just trying to make sure that you just had a clean race?
I think it really had to just do with you just had to run a really clean race. I felt pretty consistent. And with after I screwed up whatever that was, I think 13 or whatever the right-hander is to come back into the infield, I knew I am going to have to do something different to get by him. And me and him were so close on pace that we weren't going to be able to just pass each other, I think, without having contact. So I had to figure it out. And he usually goes super, super late before he changes tires to get that tire advantage. So I waited as long as I could, and then I was like, okay, this is my opportunity to try to get some clean air. And fortunately, it helped out. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun, obviously, but really happy with the result.
Well, Tyler alluded to it, and I don't think I knew about this. You got some new pedals that he believes is what gave you the advantage. He won't admit that it was driver talent. He thinks it's the pedals that helped you here. Well, give us an idea. How much did these new pedals, and what kind of pedals did you get?
I've actually had these pedals for 4 years. A couple years ago, I had some wheel issues, so every time I'd get a new wheel, they'd send pedals, and they just told me to keep keeping it. So I don't like change much, so I've been using these 2-pedal Thrustmaster set little plastic things forever, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try them today, and I found them in storage, and then I was like, oh, wow, these feel way better. It allowed me to brake deeper. It allowed me to save the rears way better, because I always struggle with wheel hop, and I didn't wheel hop once tonight. It kind of gave me the confidence I had years ago in Elite on the road courses where I was able to compete for wins. So it helped a lot. I mean, it picked up my lap time. I think I picked up like a half a second just from the pedals. Just because you can you can really be hard on the brakes. They're nothing special. There's just the Thrustmaster 3-pedal set, but they just work better. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to this week with, Watkins Glen tomorrow and Sonoma on Wednesday, and, we'll see. But, it definitely helped out a lot, and hopefully it keeps helping me out on the other stuff as well.
Well, you've gotten yourself in with this win to be able to go for that championship. How does it feel knowing that you don't have to worry about Bristol, you don't have to worry about Talladega? You can go out and just have fun and go out and try to get some victories. How does that change your point of view from now on until the end? Because your race going up until this point was a couple of victories helped get you in because you were not strong in on points. Bad races, wrecks ended up getting you put back further in points. How does it feel with knowing that you don't have to worry about wrecks taking you out of a chance of going for a championship?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, Bristol is Bristol. I mean, it's going to be, I actually think Bristol is going to be really clean because we don't have tons of trucks at this point in the season. But, Chicagoland would have probably been okay. But, I mean, Dega, it's going to be a mess like it is in real life, to be honest with you. So it's going to be fun to just, get after it. I'm going to try to just have success. I mean, this series, the trucks is just so much fun. The way you can throw the trucks around on a lot of different tracks, and I'm just looking forward to getting after it. And it really just helps with the momentum too. I mean, the Cup Series playoffs start this week, so it's really just helping with momentum and just continue to get that track time. So, yeah, should be fun.
Well, we want to go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout outs because victories are hard to come by, and even so, with it coming to a road course here, I know how much you wanted to win this race with it being Indianapolis and a road course here, and being able to beat over Tyler Fode was probably the cherry on top for you. But we want to go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout outs to everybody here that lets not only you, but Elite being able to be a thing.
Well, I just want to thank Kicking the Tires. They actually are on board again for next season, so that's cool. Been able to get them some wins this season. Obviously, Stay Tuned Sports Podcast for sponsoring the series. They're on back this year, next season. Blue Egg Marketing, World Ride Technology, Raceway, TA Services, obviously. Everybody at Elite Racing Network, you guys are awesome. Ridge NAPA Auto Parts, they came on board with Josh Smith, so thank you to Josh for coming on board for this one. I just want to thank everybody for continuing to come out and supporting the series, and thanks to Dave and you and all our guys that make the Elite Racing Network happen. It should be I think tomorrow is going to be a lot more fun because it's going to be like 10 guys that can run up front unless RC shows up, and then it'll just be the battle for second. But we'll see.
Again, congratulations on your victory. Hopefully we'll get to speak to you again before we go to the playoffs here, but if not, congratulations once again. And we'll see you. We'll see you racing for a championship here before too long.
Yep, thank you.
Well, that was Chad Frankfield able to get it done here. I got to say, Dave, sometimes people look at these road courses and on the broadcasting schedule, and sometimes the broadcasters go, oh, man, that's going to be a hard one to broadcast. There's not going to be anything to talk about. I don't think we had that tonight, Dave. I think we had plenty to talk about.
Yeah, sometimes they can have a tendency to spread out a little bit, but we had some good battles across the track, too. So we had plenty to watch all night long.
Absolutely. I got to say, I enjoyed it tonight, folks. And if you're watching the truck series here, we're going to be at Bristol. And anything at Bristol is going to be exciting. And these trucks are going to be just that much more, especially with all that's on the line. You're not going to want to miss Bristol. We hope that you tune in to be able to watch it with us here. It will be at 9 o'clock. So tune in, watch these trucks as they try to lock themselves in. The aggression's going to be at an all-time high, especially with some of those that did not have good finishes here as they try to get this one locked up here at a short track. I can't wait for it. We thank everyone for tuning in. We thank the NAPA Auto Parts for sponsoring today's race, and Stay Tuned Sports for being a part of this amazing truck series here. And we always want to thank Dave Huckleberry for bringing these wonderful views here at the Indianapolis as he gets set up for that Bristol short track. We hope that you will tune in to see all the beautiful sights from there. And we hope everyone here tonight has a wonderful night, and we'll see you then at Sunday at 9 p.m. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night.